Gloria. I'm Gloria, and today I am making prickly pears, as we call it, nopales, stuffed with cheese, and I know that you guys are going to love and enjoy. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. Ingredients. I have vegetable oil as needed, 2 garlic cloves, chicken bouillon, half an onion, tomatoes, cilantro, eggs, fresh cheese, and of course the star, the prickly pear, nopales. Let's get ready. Let's prepare this delicious and healthy dish. I want to start by adding my water to my pan and taking it to the stove. What I want to do first is add the water, add just 1 teaspoon of salt to the water, and I'm going to take it to the stove. My stove is on, and I'm going to put my water to start boiling. Here I have my veggies, and we're going to go ahead and wash them one by one, making sure that we rinse them through running water and we get rid of all the excessive little dirt or anything they might have. Look at this. I'm going to continue with my tomatoes and my cilantro. And this is done. Look at this. This is done. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to start with my nopales. My nopales, when I bought them, they didn't have the little splinters. But I just want to make sure that each one doesn't have any. For example, this one has just one right here, and I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I'm going to check every single one, and if they have any, I'm going to remove them completely. Just like this, look. Making sure they're all cleaned. Now here, I'm just going to add 2 by 2, and I'm going to cut them in half. Just like this. So when I add the cheese in the center, they are almost the same size. Look at this. Just like that. Right in the center. I'm going to go ahead, put it aside, and I am going to continue by just cutting just a little piece of that half of the onion. And let's go to the stove. Let's start adding this to our boiling water. My water is nice and boiling. I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of cilantro and the little piece of onion. And now I'm adding my nopales. This is done. I want to show you that I'm just going to leave my prickly pears here, my nopales, only for 3 minutes. And then I'm going to remove them from the water. So I'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to continue making this delicious tomato sauce. I have my cup of blender here. I'm just going to go ahead, add my tomatoes. To this point, what I'm going to do is add my chicken bouillon and my 2 garlic cloves. I'm adding about 2 cups of just regular water. We're going to go ahead and blend the tomatoes and the garlic cloves until they are nice and blended. So let's take it and get it nice and blended. Okay, let's blend it. It takes just a couple minutes. And look, this is done. Let me show you. Look how this looks. I want to show you how thick it is. And it's nice and thick. And this sauce is ready. Okay, my nopales are ready to be removed from the hot water. I have a plate here with some napkins. Just making sure that that all the excessive water stays in the napkin. I'm going to go ahead and take all the nopales out of this boiling water. We don't need the cilantro or the little piece of onion. Okay, this is done. Here I have the little piece of onion. I'm going to go ahead and just cut it, slice it, and then cut it in half. Just like this. I'm going to go ahead, cut it in half, and I'm going to put it on the side on my plate. I have my cilantro here. I'm going to do the same thing, just slice it in little tiny pieces. And all this I'm going to add to the same plate where I have my onion. And I have my onion and my cilantro ready to go. Now here I'm going to continue with my eggs. I'm going to go ahead and separate the egg yolks. I'm going to go ahead and just one by one separate the yolks just like this, one by one. Do it slow so the yolk doesn't explode and fall into the whites. We don't want to add no egg yolks to our whites because we're going to go ahead and mix this completely, okay? So just take your time, do it one by one. I'll continue separating my eggs. This is the last one. And here, my friends, this is done. I have my egg whites here, and I'm going to go ahead and take them and mix them well until they change color and they are completely like this, nice and white, nice and fluffy. This is the way we need them in order to add our egg yolks. We're going to go ahead, add the egg yolks, and just mix it just a little bit until it incorporates and all this mixture is pale yellow. Okay, look at this. I want to show you this. They are nice and incorporated. And we're going to go ahead and just put it aside because this is done. We're going to go ahead and continue with our nopales. My nopales are here. They're nice and room temperature. I have my fresh cheese here. I'm going to go ahead and slice it about 1/2 inch or as thick as you want. But I'm going to go ahead and just add one slice in between the nopales. Look at this. We're actually making like a little sandwich. I'm going to, look, I have a plate here, and I'm going to start making my little sandwiches with my nopal. My friends, this dish comes out so delicious and yet very healthy for you. Very, very healthy. Okay, I'll continue making the rest. And I am done. This is the last one. Okay, let's go to the stove because this is done. Here I have my oil nice and hot. I'm going to add just a little piece of tortilla. If the tortilla floats up, that means that the oil is nice and hot. We want to add our tortitas when the oil is nice and hot. We don't want all the egg to absorb a lot of oil. We're going to do it with our hands. We're going to go ahead, get our little sandwiches of nopales, and we're going to dip them inside the batter. And then right into the oil, the very hot oil. Just like this, one by one. Just make sure that you do not get burned. Take your time, do it slowly. And the best tool to use is your hands. I'm going to go ahead and continue adding the rest of them. Look at this. And then I'll show you when I'm ready to flip them. When they are nice and turning nice and brown, just like this, we're going to go ahead and flip one by one. Just be careful. I don't want any oil to splash and you get burned, okay? So just be careful. Flip them slowly. Take your time. And look how beautiful and brown they are. I'm going to continue making the rest of them, and I'll show you when I'm done. My friends, I am done with my prickly pear, my nopal, and I am ready to start making my salsa, suacillo. My pan is nice and hot. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I'm adding the same oil I was using to fry my tortitas of nopal. So I'm gonna go ahead, when it's nice and hot, I'm gonna start by adding my onion. We wanna go ahead, add the onion when the oil is nice and hot. We're just gonna mix it around, incorporate it everywhere in the pan. When it starts turning light brown, this is the time when we are going to go ahead and add our salsa. When the onion starts releasing all the delicious smell, we're gonna go ahead, add the tomato sauce that we made earlier. We're gonna incorporate it. When it starts boiling, that's when we're going to go ahead and add our cilantro. The cilantro gives it such a delicious flavor, but if you don't like cilantro, you could omit it. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and just taste it to see if it needs a little bit more of chicken bouillon. To my taste, this is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the tortitas of nopal, one by one, making sure that you don't get burned, my friends, okay? Look how beautiful this already looks. My home smells delicious. Let's go ahead and add the rest of them. Look at this, my friends. Okay, this is done. My friends, I want to show you that my nopales, my prickly pear, they are done. They've been cooking for about 10 minutes, and now I'm ready for the presentation and, of course, to taste these delicious stuffed nopales. So I'll see you in a bit. Done with this prickly pear. My nopales stuffed with cheese, fresh cheese. This is the part I love, I enjoy, and I really look forward to tasting my recipes. Let's see how this stuffed nopal came out. I have added a little bit of just white rice with garlic. This, I don't want to continue talking. I just want to taste this delicious nopal stuffed with all that cheese. Excuse me. The nopal has such a delicious flavor, and combined with the fresh cheese, this is just amazing, my friends. Excuse me. This dish came out so delicious and so healthy. Thank you so much for playing my video. Thank you for watching my video from start to end. I really do appreciate it. If you liked and loved my recipe, please don't forget to subscribe, give me thumbs up, share my video on social media so more people get to know Cooking with Gloria. Don't forget to push the notification bell so every time I make a new recipe, my friends, yes, you are notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. And of course, I will stay enjoying my stuffed nopal. Bye-bye.